The next process that we are going to talk about is the initiating a project process. For every project, we need to start very strong if we need to achieve success. And this is exactly where you need to put in as much as effort possible to start things right and strong. If you are a project manager managing a construction of a bridge, or leading a new sales and marketing initiative, then remember, you need a very strong foundation. This means that if your projects are not initiated correctly, the threat of reeling off course and ending up directionless remains looming throughout the project life cycle. Every project has at least two management stages, an initiation stage, and at least one stage, in which the specialist products are created. The initiating a project process is carried out during the initiation stage, to ensure that there is clarity to the project management team and the external stakeholders. Initiating a project is aimed at laying down the foundations in order to achieve a successful project. Specifically, all parties must be clear on what the project is intended to achieve, why it is needed, how the outcome is to be achieved and what their responsibilities are, so that there can be genuine commitment to it. The initiating a project process enables the project board, via the directing a project process, to decide whether or not the project is sufficiently aligned with corporate, program management or customer objectives to authorize its continuation. If, instead, the organization proceeds directly from starting up a project to controlling a stage, then it may risk committing significant financial resources to a project without fully understanding how its objectives will be achieved. So what clarity do we need? We need to know the basic project tasks such as what will be done, why it must be done, and what the benefits will be. How it will be done. How risks and issues will be kept under control. How the expected quality will be achieved. Control, which means, how project progress will be monitored and controlled. Communication, which is, who needs to be communicated with, by whom, when and in what form. Roles and responsibilities, that is, who holds which responsibilities in performing and monitoring the project tasks. Now let's look at the activities involved in this process. Agree to tailoring requirements. The project manager may need to tailor how the project is directed and managed in order to recognize internal and external factors that affects the way in which the project is delivered. Any deviations from the organization's standard project management approach must be documented and agreed. Tailoring should be useful for the project rather than creating constraints for the team. Some organizations may have their own management products such as weekly status report instead of checkpoint report or business requirements document instead of project product description. When different management products are used, care should be taken to ensure that they still reflect the intended Prince2 purpose. Let's look at what aspects of Prince2 can be tailored. Processes may be combined or adapted. Themes can be applied using techniques that are appropriate for the project. Roles may be combined or split, provided accountability is maintained and there are no conflicts of interest. Management products, such as plans, reports, may be combined or split. Terminology may be changed to suit standards or policies, provided it is applied consistently. Prepare the risk management approach. As any seasoned project manager knows, no project is ever without risk. Effective risk management requires a well-structured approach, and structure is an essential part of Prince2. Prince2 teams go as deep as possible when approaching individual risks, examining their causes as well as the impact they could end up having. Teams will also determine the exact circumstances which could cause risks to become immediate threats. Knowing about these risk events enables teams to then create early warning indicators for when projects approach the danger zone. When assessing risk, a Prince2 team will judge it in terms of probability and impact. Naturally, if a risk is less likely to happen, a team may focus their efforts elsewhere. Similarly, risks that are unlikely to do anything significant can be mostly ignored. Prince2 project boards will create risk tolerances early on, setting in stone exactly when a risk will be acceptable. Arguably, impact is far more pressing, as there should always be a plan for a significant risk even if it is unlikely to occur. Then we prepare the quality management approach. The quality management approach is prepared during this process and approved by the project board. It speaks about the project approach and can be regarded as the project management team's proposals in response to the customer's quality expectations and acceptance criteria. The quality management approach will describe how the quality management systems of the participating organizations will be applied to the project and confirms any quality standards, procedures, techniques, and tools that will be used. The quality management approach also provides a means by which the levels of formality to be applied in the quality plans and controls can be scaled and agreed according to the particular needs of the project. Now we prepare the change control approach. The change management approach document contains the strategy of how issues and changes will be handled in the project, e.g. how to identify products, how to control products, and how to do status accounting and verification. One of the first questions the project manager should ask is, what are the existing standards for issue and change control in the company? They could then incorporate them into the change management approach document. If there is a program environment in place, there will usually be guidelines available to all project managers. We now prepare the communication management approach. 90% of a project manager's time is spent in communicating. Communication-related issues are the most frequent problems faced by the project manager. Hence there is a need for structured communications management approach in a project. A big part of leadership is to be present, and be prepared to communicate with all stakeholders at their respective levels. Projects often fail because we simply fail to clearly articulate the vision and the project's success criteria. This vision must be successfully communicated to each stakeholder and team member. The whole team should be able to visualize the end result, in order to work towards a common goal. Regular reporting of the project's progress and status is crucial to the success of the project. Communicating this to all stakeholders in a clear and precise manner is paramount, so that all understand what the key messages are. Communicating on projects require an understanding of understanding the communication requirements from stakeholders. Sharing with stakeholders on what communication is required from them. Frequent updates to communication plan as per changing needs of the project. Set up the project controls. In order to enable the project board to effectively delegate everyday project activities to the project manager, it is important to set appropriate levels and mechanisms of control. This includes the following: reporting requirements, frequency, format, the number and length of stages, issue, exception, and change management, tolerances, methods used for monitoring by the different management levels. Now we create the project plan. The plan for the overall project is created in consultation with both the users and suppliers. With all information we have, we now refine the business case. An outline business case is developed by the executive as part of starting up a project. During the initiating a project process, the project manager fleshes out this management product with more detailed information, example estimates of cost and time, newly identified, major, risks, expected benefits. The updated business case contributes to the project board's decision over whether to authorize the project. It will then be updated at the end of every stage with new forecasts for the project's time, costs, and benefits. Finally, we assemble the project initiation documentation. A number of management products are developed during the initiating a project process. Several of these are collected into a single body of documentation, the project initiation documentation, also called the PID, which is presented to the project board, together with the next stage plan, in order to ask for authorization of the next management stage.